Welcome once again, dear listener. I recommend you grab yourself a beverage of your choice. Soft or hard drink, I don't mind. Just make yourself comfortable. Why not grab some snacks too while you're at it? Me and Boy Voice will be trying our best to give you something to listen to every single day. We might not make that goal. Having two people record something on one headset is kind of time consuming. But we have an aim and we're going to try to stick to it. Okay, dear listener. Are you sitting comfortably? Then let's begin. Today we'll be reading Slayers, the Ruby Eyes, written by Hajime Kanazaka, translated by Jeremiah Banquet, and adapted to English by Kelly Sue DeConnick. Adapted to audio by me and Boy Voice. Chapter 1, Part 4. The following morning, Gary and I travelled on together side by side. It was one of those beautiful mornings where everything seemed to be in order. The weather was perfect. Warm and crisp and with a slight breeze that gently wafted through the woods around us. It turned the leaves in their green hues into nature's own confetti. A stream babbled gently to itself as it drifted on its long journey to find the sea. Golden light filtered through powder-puffed clouds, making the path before us glow. It was just one of those magical days. I closed my eyes, drew a deep chestful of the purest, sweetest air in this plane of existence, and thought to myself, if I don't eat something soon, I'm going to kill someone. Hey, I don't kid around when it comes to food. A girl's gotta eat when a girl's gotta eat. And this girl has to eat. Often. The next inn was a full day's hike away from the last one, and nothing but weeds and rocks between. As it crept on to noon, I started looking for a flat area on the road where I could settle down to eat my packed lunch.
Hang in there, little lady. It can't be that much further.
Gary had noticed my energy waning, but he mistook my hunger for fatigue. He was trying to say something to bolster my spirits, which was nice, but I really wish he would cut out the little lady crap.
It's times like this where a man just has to be a man. You just man up, you know?
Oh, well, that's all well and good, except I'm not a man. He was visibly confused, but bless him, he tried again.
Well, you know what they say. When the going gets tough, the tough get going.
Fine, but when did the tough stop for lunch?
Well,
He had to think about that one for a minute. We stopped. We started again, and then we stopped again. His brow wrinkled. The complicated philosophy of this quandary was clearly weighing heavily on his mind.
When do they stop for lunch?
The stream babbled gently in the background, and I decided to put him out of his misery. They stop for lunch now, okay? Now. I looked across the clear waters, questioning the flaws in humanity, and I decided fishing was a better idea than dwelling on that. The stream had widened out more to a river at this point. The bank had eroded slightly, leaving little coves where there were tiny beaches. The perfect place to sit. Hey Gary, you're not vegetarian, are you?
Oh no, I'll eat anything. Except humans. Why?
Well, that's a shame.
Did you say something just now?
No, look, I made a fishing rod.
Oh, cool. How did you make that so fast?
Oh, well, my dad used to... Actually, no, never mind. Just go sit over there and be quiet. Until I tell you otherwise. I set my rod aside for a second and headed up the edge of the riverbank, moving a few heavy rocks. I dug around in the mud until I was rewarded with a handful of squirmy little worms. I baited my hook, wound back my arm, and... The baited hook sunk beneath the water. Okay, fishing is all about patience. And I'm known far and wide for my patience. It's still not fucking bitten.
Hey, Lena. Are you okay? You look angry.
You haven't seen me angry yet. And you're meant to be being quiet. Fucking fish. Fucking Gary. Fucking Gary fish. Fucking jellyfish. Eventually I did manage to catch quite a few fish, but it did take a while. Gary had used his quiet time wisely and made a fire. We cleaned off the fish. I stuck them on stakes to smoke roast them. If there's anything better than smoked fish, I haven't found it yet.
Well, you're still young. There's plenty.
He grinned broadly at me. Such as?
Well, for one, there's roast pork, apple strudel, steak, chili, ramen, tortellini, meringues, mangoes, there's little Rice
That's not
Krispie
where I
cakes.
had imagined that comment going. I got back to the important matter of eating.
Hey, Lena, you eat the heads and tails too?
Oh, what happened to being a man and manning up? It's good protein, and I'm not gonna waste any food. Gowrie grimaced and flicked the fish carcass towards the fire. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. There's not like eating heads and tails, and there's throwing away half a fish.
What? You expect me to eat their guts too?
Those are the best parts! I
Lena?
snatched up a fish and mockingly put its stomach to my mouth and crunched down.
Lena, you used creepy crawlies to catch them. Those ended up in their guts, and they're now in your mouth.
I vomited more than a little bit. We ate the rest without the guts.
I'm still hungry.
So was I. A good portion of mine had ended up on the floor. Thanks to somebody who won't be named. There are just some things you shouldn't say when someone's got their mouth full of guts. Fine, I'll get some more. But you're gonna pay for my next meal. I reached over to grab my makeshift rod and froze. I sensed something nearby. Not human or animal.
Goblins.
I kept my body relaxed and picked up the fishing rod.
13 of them.
We both kept our composure as calm and nonchalant as possible. It wouldn't be good to make them think that we were on guard and aware of their presence. Remember when I said there was nothing between this town and the next except for weeds and rocks? Well, let's change it to weeds and rocks and a fuck ton of goblin. And here I thought I was just gonna have a day off with some minor food poisoning. Fucking typical. How much do you know about goblins? Well, goblins, you see, they're like roughly humanoid shape, and they stand about, say, chest high to an adult male. They're mostly nocturnal, though sometimes diurnal. Kinda stupid, and are prone to violence. Their violence, however, is only matched by their cowardice. They generally avoid humans, because they don't start a fight unless they know they can win. Their opinion on humans is pretty low too. If they can, they'll gang up on travellers and rip them limb from limb. They may not be quite as strong as us, but with enough hands, you can do a lot of damage. The good news is, when brains were getting handed out, they were at the back of the line. They're pretty easy to trick. Righty-righty-roo. More fish it is then. I grasped my fishing rod with my left hand, narrowed my focus, and began to chant a hunger spell on my own devices. No, I'm not going to teach you the spell. Look, I try not to use it. It's bad for the ecosystem. And if I taught it to you, then you teach it to someone else who would teach it to someone else, and soon nature would be depleted. So stop asking. I just finished the chant when one of the goblins let loose a horrific yell. It must have been a war cry. The whole bunch of them came screaming out of the undergrowth, hefting clubs and swords, ready to crack some skulls. Shh, do you mind? I hushed impassible goblin.